All right, AI Agents 101. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you've seen the word thrown around plenty of times. You might be overwhelmed by it, you might be confused by it, or you might kind of already know what they are. Either way, this is going to provide a very friendly beginner foundation for what AI agents are, how they work, and at the end, I'm going to give a little 3-step path for how I got started with AI agents, and it's something that you'll easily be able to replicate. My name is Anthony, and I've been in online business for about 2 years. I've done drop shipping, I've done SMMA, I've done app development, and now I'm in AI. But I wish I had learned about AI agents at the beginning of my journey, because it would have streamlined all the work that I did. And honestly, no matter what you're doing in life, learning about AI agents is going to be able to turbocharge any of your work. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the reason why you probably clicked on this video. It's because the word AI agent is being used everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, and it is definitely confusing when you first see it. And the reason why people are talking about it so much is because of how powerful they are. Now, the disconnect comes from people not taking the time to actually do a little bit of research into AI agents, which is where I give you kudos for being here, because you're obviously making an attempt to learn. And that's going to separate you from the people that aren't taking the time to learn. That separation between people that know about AI agents and have basic knowledge and those that don't creates a gap, because now you have people that know how to use such a powerful tool, and you have people that don't know how to use a powerful tool. And that puts you in two positions. One where you can try and build some for yourself, which will enable you to grow faster than the people that don't use them, or you can try to build them to actually sell them. This is what is referred to as the AI gold rush. You might have also seen this term thrown around. And the AI gold rush refers to learning about AI and selling it to boomer businesses that don't want to take the time to actually learn for themselves. And this is a great business model. It's a business model that I'm in. I started in it about 3 months ago, and the potential in that field is just unbelievable. You have AI, which is honestly, in my opinion, it is the most advanced technology to ever come out. I mean, when you look at the internet and how the internet grew over time, it took the internet as a whole 10 years to hit $1 trillion market cap. AI is supposed to hit $1 trillion market cap next year, which will have been 4 years. So AI is growing twice as fast as the internet, and the possibilities are just completely endless. And not only that, but at the rate that it's advancing, you can't predict anything, which is just, there's no words to explain it. It is providing a landscape that no one has ever seen before. Nobody can bottleneck, and honestly, it's free reign. So if you leave this video and you start trying to sell AI agents, learn about the gap. Learn about the disconnect between people who are using AI agents and people who are not. All right, so let's actually get into what is an AI agent. It's an assistant that lives on the internet, can connect to other platforms, and you're feeding it instructions to act on those platforms and pretty much just carry out tasks that you don't want to do. How they work. You have 3 sections. You have the brain, you have the tools, and you have the instruction. The brain, the most popular brain is ChatGPT, but it can be any AI model. It can be Claude, it can be Metas, it can be Grok. The brain is always going to be an intelligence model or an AI model, same thing. The tools are going to be what you want the brain to act on, what you want the brain to connect to. So it's the same as a person picking up a wrench. This is my tool of choice, and I'm going to do things with it. The AI model has to connect to a tool. So here are some examples of tools. You have Salesforce, you have Google Calendar, Outlook, Gmail. The amount of platforms is obviously endless. And then lastly, you have instructions. The AI has to be told what to do. It has to be told how to interact with the tools. So once the AI model is connected to the tools, you have to feed the brain instructions. Do this, when this happens, do this. It really is simple. And the hardest part about setting these up is actually the arrow. Each arrow represents a connection. So from the brain to the tools, you need to set up what's called an API. It is very simple because all of these platforms, they provide APIs. So you're pretty much going to go into the platform, you're going to find what's called an API key, and you're going to go back to your brain, your AI model, and you're going to plug in the API key, and now the AI model has access to your platform. It's the same thing as giving the AI model your password. You're basically saying, okay, now you have the connection, now you have access to this given tool. So in short, it's basically like giving ChatGPT your Instagram password. Now the instructions, the arrow to the instructions is pretty much, you're going to be feeding the instructions to the AI model in what's called a prompt. You've probably also seen the word prompt thrown around plenty of times. A prompt is how you instruct an AI model. It's what you're telling it to do and how you're telling it to perform. So once you have your brain connected to the tools, you are going to have to feed the brain instructions, like we've said, and you're going to feed the brain instructions in the form of a prompt, which is literally just a set of rules. It's a set of rules that pose as instructions. Okay, so why are they so popular? Again, why is the term being thrown around so much? And simply put, it's because of how powerful they are. The number one way AI agents are being used right now is to kill repetitive work, but that's just the baseline. So by kill repetitive work, I mean it is doing things like summarizing emails or responding to emails or doing Photoshop or calculating numbers. That is the most basic performance level of an AI agent, just killing repetitive work. And even AI agents that kill repetitive work are being sold for thousands of dollars with monthly fees on top. Like, that's how in demand they are. When it comes to more complicated ones, I won't even get into it. That's just, another video for another time. This graph kind of represents the benefits that an AI agent poses for a business. They're on 24/7. They perform tasks at a lower cost than a human. They're smarter than humans, and they're faster than humans. So let's give an example. Let's say you're having an AI agent respond to all your emails. You connect ChatGPT to your Gmail. So if it's answering your emails, you have to feed it all the information that it's going to need to answer your emails. And then you're also going to have to tell it if you want to set a certain tone in your emails, professional, calm, this is to friends, whatever. Once it's up and running, you now have someone answering your emails 24/7. It is virtually free if you're setting it up yourself. It's smarter than you can ever imagine to be. And then lastly, it's faster than you can ever be. Now, how does all this lead to this bottom phrase, those who don't implement can't compete? Well, it's kind of simple, and I really can't explain it any better than that. The people that are creating AI agents are just plainly gonna be more efficient than those that aren't. You can make unlimited AI agents. This was kind of brought to light when Sam Altman himself tweeted, or actually he didn't tweet, but it was on a podcast, and he said that this year we have a good chance of seeing the first one-person billion-dollar company, meaning it's a billion-dollar company and it's only run by one person. How's that going to happen? Well, you're going to have one person, and he's going to be surrounded by AI agents performing all the tasks that normal employees would be performing. That founder is going to have amazing profit margins because he's not paying any employees, and he's going to have a group of employees that always listen, are always on, are super intelligent, and can perform faster than humans can. In 10 years, we may even see companies that have more employees that are AI agents than actual humans. Okay, lastly, this is a 3-step process that I used to get started with AI agents myself, and it's really very simple. It's kind of how everyone gets started with AI agents. There's no really way around it. People can just phrase it differently. I phrase it as TTA, task, tool, and service. So you need a task, you need something that you want to automate. This is just your use case. Then you have tools. You need to connect whatever tools are necessary to your AI model in order to perform the task that you want it to automate. And then lastly, once the tools are connected to the AI model, it has its instructions, those 3 things that we went over, brains, tools, instructions. Once that's all packaged together, it's now a service that you can either use for yourself or you can sell. If you're building an AI agent for yourself, figure out what task you actually want to automate. Once you have that down, you'll know what tools you need to connect to an AI model like ChatGPT in order to actually automate that task. Then all you have to do is go on Google and search, okay, I want to connect ChatGPT to my Gmail. And it'll give you a list of tools that you can actually go on and connect the 2 platforms. Once the connection is made, tell it what to do, and you have your AI agent up and running. If you actually want to sell AI agents to businesses, you're gonna have to do some research. Figure out what businesses actually need automated. Once you have a sellable service ready, take it to businesses. Tell them you have a demo AI agent ready for them. Offer it for a couple weeks free. Once they actually get it in their hands and they see the AI agent going to work, trust me, they're not going to want to let it go, and then that's where you start charging them. I just got into this space recently. There's probably nowhere else I'd rather be in the business world. It's doable. You're just going to have to take a couple weeks to actually learn how this stuff works, which kind of leads to my next video. In the next video, I'm most likely going to be building an AI agent from the ground up, picking a task to automate, choosing my AI model, connecting the tools to the AI model, and then packaging everything as a sellable service. I hope I see you in that video. Thank you for watching this one.